launch, Mothers Against Malaria, and on behalf of Kimberly Clark and MalariaNoMore, I'd like to welcome you guys here to Westlands and Westinghouse. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Aki Sambuwa.
I'd like to honor and recognize Kevin Clayton, came all the way to Kenya for this launch, as well as Steve Paljet, both from Kimberly Clark. As you know, Kimberly Clark are the makers of Huggies, and there are, it's really important that we join together because their demographic is women and children, and that's a demographic we actually want to work with. So thank you for coming along and being a partner. I also would like to recognize the lovely, lovely children of Nairobi Primary as well. You may not know I was a math teacher for about a decade before going into communications, and they've been an absolute joy to work with over these past few days as well as the lovely staff from Malaria Control Unit, James Sang, Dr. Dorothy Mamusi, and the entire team. They are really the backbone behind this fight against malaria in Kenya. I'm in their office often, and I really appreciate the welcoming reception I always get from them, so thank you so much. The idea is to localize the campaign in each country. In Senegal, we have Youssou N'Dour, as I said, as our ambassador. And in Tanzania, it's called Zinduka, with President Kikwete. In Cameroon, it's called Keo Palu, with the footballer Eto'o. And we have Chad as well. So we want to localize the campaign in each country, so it makes sense to the population in each country as well. That's really important. So here we are in Kenya, a lovely little dot to the east.
Stagnant water, ni kuwet man, usiku gizani. Hakuna net man, mosquito kejani zimejanika ni pet man. On your marks, get set, get nets, clear drainages, zisi get wet. Ifanye sai usi get late. Kila day uifanye ni kani sheria. Africa na the world, fight malaria. Yeah.
Those most severely impacted by malaria tend to be pregnant women and very young children. And as the maker of one of the world's leading diaper brands, we are passionate about the well-being of mothers and the well-being of babies. And we feel that helping in potentially life-saving efforts is part of our responsibility as a global company. Our vision at Kimberly Clark is to provide the world, in this case our world, with essentials for a better living or for a better life. And this fits perfectly in that.
So if a mother is in the habit of tucking their child in, the child is more likely to get in the habit of wanting to be tucked in. And then we can also eliminate or cut down on the 1,000 Kenyans dying every month.
When I heard the figure 170 million in working days, if you're an economist and you translate that number into shillings and assume that you have the lowest paid employee who gets 200 shillings every month, so every day, it means that we are losing on a daily basis about 3.4 billion shillings just because of one disease, malaria. Incredible. 3.4 billion shillings. That is more than the budget of some ministries we have in government. And so, by having this kind of initiative, I think we really have to support and appreciate it. Because in the slums, we have a big problem in particular. If you go to Kibera, if you go to Mukurukwajenga, if you go to Madare, you find because of environmental issues, those people living in those slums are very challenged in terms of the malaria epidemic. And so we shall be working together with our partners. And for me, it's basically once again to acknowledge this good and very noble initiative.
So in Kenya, our lovely, fantastic, very generous and giving ambassadors include supermodel Ojuma, musician Size 8, Della is Octopizzo. We have Daddy Owen, as well, a gospel singer, as one of our ambassadors as well.
And of course, as you saw, it's something that has affected my life for a really long time. And I would do anything so, I mean, the next generation doesn't suffer like I did.
And thank you so much, Kimberly Clark, for the work you're doing, because we need support. We need support for such campaigns.
The support that we receive from the Ministry of Health in Kenya. And your remarks about the disease around the economic impact as well is to be noted as well, because a lot of people see this as a public health issue, but it really is draining kind of the prosperity in the economy with lost productivity. So I want to underscore that comment that you made as well. So anyway, I'll stop rambling, but asante sana, ninashukuru sana kwa saya yetu. My Swahili is a little bit bad and a little bit delayed, but thanks again.
Thank you, Mark. Again, thank you everyone for coming. We really appreciate it. For the press here, if you go inside the restaurant, we'll have press